And welcome back to another Odd Man Out. This week we have Faust in the hot seat.
Oh dear.
While James and I, Harrison, are going to try to convince him that he should check out Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed.
Exactly. Now I'm going to start off with, do you like Mario Kart?
You see, I've never really played much Mario Kart. I was more of an F-Zero player, and that was even very minimal. Like, most of my racing games were on PC.
Okay.
What racing games have you played on the PC?
So the one that I really, really loved was a game called High Octane.
Okay.
Which was sort of a old 3D engine kind of game where you picked separate cars and then you had to basically make it through a race while destroying the cars in front of you and not getting destroyed by the cars behind you.
It's kind of
a Mario Kart.
Kind of a Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I played Wipeout for a little bit, and then I had a brief stint where I was playing stuff like Gran Turismo and things like that on the PlayStation.
Cruising USA.
Yeah, and I've seen stuff like Burnout and Need for Speed and Twisted Metal and things like that, but it never really pulled me in. Like, cars don't pull me in.
Okay.
So most of the racing I would do is in sandbox games like Saints Row and Grand Theft Auto.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, this game plays a lot like Mario Kart.
Okay.
So that's for your one, but if you don't like that,
I'm familiar with the formula.
So you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
Except this is with all Sega character games.
All Sega characters.
So
Yep.
it's not just Sonic.
Okay.
Yes.
So is this like a lot of Capcom characters too, or is this just
No, just Sega.
Okay, so
as far as I know,
aside
it's
from
just
the
Sega.
So in the Sonic lineup, and I'm quite a little familiar with this. So there's going to be Sonic, Tails, of course, those are the major two,
And all the characters in that universe.
Knuckles, Amy, Rouge, that stupid fucking bee.
Yep.
Okay,
And Shinobi.
pardon my French. Shinobi's
Yeah, that's
a
Sega.
playable character.
Shinobi
Shinobi.
I just unlocked him today.
Did you?
You
oh,
get
they're
Metal Sonic, too.
unlockables.
Yeah,
Yep.
you
They're
get
unlockables.
unlockable characters.
Okay.
There are characters you start off with. You also can get Metal Sonic from
Yeah.
all the Sonic games.
I remember him as a boss from Sonic 2.
There's characters from Super Monkey Ball, Panzer Dragoon.
Okay, these are games I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, some of their strategy games even.
Really?
Yeah, like the Shogun.
Oh, they also have a Team Fortress character in it.
On the PC.
That's
so,
on the
PC,
PC,
there's
though.
a Team Fortress character. That
so-
must be the Steam version, I'm betting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this game has been released on multiple platforms. It's is on the PlayStation 3. It's on the Xbox 360.
Wow.
It's on the Wii U,
Okay.
PSP Vita, Windows on Steam, Nintendo 3DS, and then it's also been released on the iOS and Android.
Wow.
The original releases for this was typically in 2012, so holiday season of 2012.
So about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, it is very much a lot like Mario Kart.
Okay, so in my understanding, Mario Kart has evolved into something way more than it used to be. So it used to be you just had about, was it 10 characters from the Nintendo verse? And you would race them around these tracks that became well-known tracks for both their glitchability and their difficulty. So I'm going to try and draw some parallels there in Sonic Racing blah, 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 blah.
All-Stars Transform.
Okay. Hi, Cat.
Hi, Cat.
Hi, Cat. So in Sonic All-Star Racing Transform.
Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform, you have how many characters total?
I think about 25. Let's
25
say.
characters?
Yeah, this is off the top of my head.
Is the character differences, are they just cosmetic? Are they all basically the same racer?
No.
That's the way it kind of is in my view of Mario Karts. They're all basically the same racer, just different character model.
No, they're not even in Mario
Really,
Kart.
they've changed that too.
Yeah, they changed that in Mario
even
Kart. Wow.
even the original one. So basically, you have ones that they have stats and weaknesses. You have speed, turning ability, drifting, and I think handling are all things that you have to worry about.
Your cat's just like, I'm dumb here.
So okay,
Yeah.
we now have a cat as a prop. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
All right.
So the other thing is, in the races, are the tracks memorable? Are they of different places, maybe even in the same
They
verse?
do have different places, and they're from different universes in the game characters.
So there's a Shinobi level.
There's a Shinobi level. There's a Panzer Dragoon level. there is-
Afterburner level.
Yeah.
An Afterburner level.
And they even have a Jet Grind Radio stage.
Really?
Yes.
Is it like all cell shaded and...
Yes.
And
well, I don't know about shell shaded, but it is basically essentially going that route.
there's Monkey Balls levels, there's Sonic levels, everything like that.
Donkey Kong level, I think.
Donkey
Donkey
Kong.
Kong's Nintendo.
No, that's
Nintendo.
Nintendo. Yeah, that's right.
So the
Monkey Balls.
Monkey Ball,
Monkey
yes.
Ball.
So the thing about this is why it's called, Racing Transformed, is because basically throughout the levels you go between car, airplane mode, and boat.
It's basically all three of them.
So every track has a little bit of each.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And do they all handle differently?
Yes, and the tracks are interesting because it's not necessarily going around, the same circuit the same way every single time. Each time the levels have a tendency to evolve. So your first time racing through something,
It's going to be different.
it has potential to be different because the first one can be all on the ground. The second one can go ground and air, and the third one could completely transform and be all
And
air.
each level has the easy,
Okay.
normal, and hard.
That sounds original.
And it is different.
So how relevant is skill ability within the game? How, like, if you're familiar with the control set, if you know certain ins and outs of the levels, does this all kind of play into you being better at the game than somebody just picking it up?
Yes.
Yes, the game is easy to learn. It actually
Has
is
easy controls, too.
easy, tight controls. The controls are actually very well put together, but it's also hard to master. There's shortcuts, there's speed boost, there's learning how to drift around a corner properly.
Yeah, because the drifting gives you boost. If
Yeah.
you do it right, it can give you a boost.
When you're in the air, doing tricks and landing them, like by spinning or going forward, flip forward or flip back, and landing those for extra boost and everything too.
Oh. So this is a game sort of Mario Kart-ish, but it has its own original spin on it, where it does not just land racing, but also air and sea. The levels are based upon Sega characters. There are also Sega characters in this. 25.
At least 25.
At least 25. They're unlockable.
What you thinking?
I'm completely blowing
You
your
just
here.
completely
lost
blew-
it.
Yeah, just completely lost the plot.
So this game takes a lot of the best parts of a lot of the kart style games and actually manages to incorporate them all very well. It has the ability to do up to 4-player local play.
And you can also play online, too.
Split screen?
Yes.
No.
So you can actually
That's
even
a
on
plus.
on the PC you can do 4 players.
So would you say that this game has a really entertaining, like is the single player experience more just training so that you can go and play with friends or other people who play this game?
Kind of. There is actually some challenges like, taking out a tank or drifting through levels. So it's kind of like
Yeah,
skill
the drift mode
enhancement.
level is the paying one. That's the Jet Grind Radio one.
So this is kind of so there's some player training,
Yeah.
Yep.
so you can get good at what's
What's there?
going to help you out in later on with actual competition and everything
much,
like
yeah.
Yep.
that. Okay, so would you say that this is a game you're almost required to play with other people?
No.
No, you can play by yourself.
can
I
play
played 11 hours by myself.
Yeah.
Alone.
Yeah.
Would you say the game opens up and is more fun if you were to play it with your mates?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think it would be more fun if you had more people to play it with. Because, yeah.
Because it does experience some of the issues that any Mario Kart game does. Is you get up in the front and then you have to deal with cheaty AI.
So
Yeah. It's like when you start getting into the hard mode
cheaty
level.
AI,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
just unbearable rubber banding and basically like cheap shots near the end and
Yeah.
everything.
Yep.
Right before you're going to hit to the... Because
Okay.
you got to get first place
Well-
and it kills you.
But they have things that you can either catch or you can drop something that blocks their shot too. So you have a little bit of defense against cheaty AI.
There's some strategy involved.
Yes.
Okay. So the last thing I want to know about, and this is very important for games like this to me, is music and sounds. How repetitive / annoying do those get? Because especially with these characters that always have some sort of catchphrase or way that you can identify that character from the
I don't
blob
see
that's
them
on the
doing
screen.
that, like catchphrases, that often.
Not really?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't see the
It
character.
doesn't have some like annoying announcer or...
It does have an annoying announcer, but he doesn't come on as often as most other games.
Okay.
Right. This is not like the rock and roll racing announcer.
He's
that-
not going to be like, hey guys, go down the left. No.
Yeah. Okay.
And the music's usually pretty upbeat between the levels, and they have different types of music, and some of it can be very dramatic, like on the Panzer Dragoon levels, but some of the, like the Poco Loco level, that's very
It can be
uppity,
festive too.
Yeah.
festive. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a good variation.
Yeah,
in music.
each level has the music from that game.
Okay.
So, is this a game that you might be interested in? Or have we answered all your questions?
Yes, you've answered all my questions. These are the things that I was curious about upon hearing that this is the game we're going to be covering this week. With this being said, I will say I am interested in it with one caveat, and that is I would be interested in playing it with a group of people that I know. This is just what I'm with. This is how I am with competitive games in general, online games especially. Things like the very popular stuff, CS:GO, TF2, things like that. These are games that I would enjoy more with people I know, and people I could sort of gauge their responses or know that they're actually actively going to be trying to play the game and not just mess up the experience for everybody else involved. That said, this is a game I would like to check out, just be able to play it with friends that I know, and I would probably go through the single-player experience just to see which characters there happen to be, though the one that I would be more interested in than any of them would be Shinobi.
Somebody's going to have to
I literally
unlock
just
it.
got him today.
Yeah.
So is this something then that you want to go play over on the Jenny Fedora channel and do as one of our Let's Plays with,
I could see us doing that.
In between 3 to 4 people?
Yeah, I could see us really doing that. That sounds like something we could do.
Okay.
So yes, I would give this one a pass. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the game looks like it's typically $20 on
But when it's on sale, it
Steam.
can go for like 10.
Yeah,
So-
it's $20 on Steam. You can buy a 4-pack for online play for you and 3 of your mates for $60. But it is something that you can catch on sale. It is on multiple different platforms, and it is about a 4-year-old game, but still one of the best kart racers
entertaining.
out there. That's not
Multi-platform kart racer.
yeah multi-platform.
Because the
kart
other
racers.
thing that's a limitation for Mario Kart is that it's Nintendo platform only.
correct.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good.
All right. It's been Odd Man Out. We've covered Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed. And we'll see you all next week. Like, subscribe in the comments. Let us know if you want to see this sort of review style of video games continue on. Thank you.
See you next week, folks.
See you next week, guys.
A pile of shit.
If you still do that.
Yeah.
Pretty shit.
Pretty shit. Yeah, it was like Unicorn Ring.
Like I said, for about $100 with included shock mount online. Maybe not in this. This was on sale currently for 2016.